Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. I appreciate you joining me, I appreciate your time and you tuning in to what I've got to say. Thank you to my subscribers, and if you're not a subscriber just yet, then I welcome you to subscribe. If you're here for the first time, welcome. If you've been here before, then welcome back. And if you feel that the content is helpful and engaging, then please do give me a like. I'd really appreciate it. It helps me to get my content in front of other eyes and ears. So let's get into the video. I assume you will have some experience with somebody like this, and you'll know just how draining and energy sucking they can be, because they are energy vampires. Yeah, they are energy vampires. They drain you of, your energy, your emotion, and a whole bunch of other things. So I'd like to touch on a few things that they do to drain you, but obviously this list is non-exhaustive. As I say, there are many elements to being on the receiving end of narcissistic personality disorder. So narcissists love to make you jealous. They love to make you jealous. It's like a game to them, and because they have no empathy, no emotional empathy, because they are fueled by you, by your emotional reactions, whether that's positive emotions or negative emotions, because they can go either way. They can play either side. They can draw fuel or supply from your emotions, no matter which side of the spectrum it's on. So they like to make other people jealous, and that is due to them being insecure, massively insecure, and the fact that they think that they have some kind of ownership over you as well, like you're an extension of them. They see you as like an object, right, that they can use and play with, like, a dog plays with a ball kind of thing. And the other thing is that they don't mind inflicting emotional pain on people, because, again, it's a form of supply for them. It also makes them feel powerful. It makes them feel powerful. It makes them feel important. It makes them feel like they're in control. And they love that. And they feel a sense of euphoria from your jealousy, because, like I say, it makes them feel more wanted, more important, makes them feel superior, and they get a kick out of it, because they know that they've kind of got you where they want you. They feel like the puppet master. So they get this kind of sadistic kick out of making you feel, I guess, jealous, insecure, and I don't mind saying that I have been through, I guess, like a lot of other people, I've been through my own insecurities, and I've been, at a point where, in my life in the past, where I didn't have much self-worth. I wasn't really loving myself. I didn't have high confidence, and I just didn't really feel that good about myself, right? My self-esteem was quite low, and so it would be an easy emotion for me to go to, to be jealous. And I know why it is. It's because I felt insecure myself, about myself. And so when I was in this thing with this person, this NPD affected individual, I did have times when I felt jealous, and they do this thing called triangulation. So this is where they kind of set up this people triangle, and typically it might be used for jealousy, and they will bring somebody. What they'll do is they'll test you. Okay, they'll test you. What they'll do is they'll bring somebody into the mix, somebody that and they might not get it straight away. It might be a few different people that they bring into the fold, whether it's physically, whether it's psychologically, whether it's in person or by name dropping or by storytelling, and they'll bring this person into the relationship, to a point where it feels intrusive, and to a point where you feel threatened. And once they kind of see, okay, I've got you, this person is actually evoking this emotive reaction from you, and I can see that it bothers you, and I can see that you're actually got some emotions stirring, some insecurity, some jealousy stirring from this. You feel threatened, and that's when they know they've hit the jackpot. That's when they know that they've got somebody that they can use to make you feel a certain way, that makes them feel all this controlling, kind of powerful and important type of feeling. It's quite sick, to be honest. And I wouldn't say my insecurity was caused or was the whole fault of the person that I was with, because I know that I had some things to work on, like I say, esteem and self-confidence and self-worth. So not entirely that person's fault that I felt insecure, but it's the manipulative tactics, that I'm talking about, the ones that they use against you. They weaponize your own insecurities against you so that they can win, because everything is a game to them. Everything is a competition to them. So they're in competition with you in your head, even though you think you're in a relationship where this person you think cares about you, has a mutual respect, mutual, care and understanding, and basically you're both there for the same thing. But that's not what's going on in this person's head. In this person's head, they're in a competition. They might be in a stage where they want to devalue you, because that's the cycle of the pathology. But either way, they're there to do something very different than what you're there to do, right? So yes, insecurity is the person's responsibility to heal from and to work on, but it's kind of difficult, right? Okay, when you've had that weaponized against you, you're in a relationship with somebody who's using that against you, and even though you've voiced your concern, let's say voiced your discomfort, okay, instead of, a healthy person two people in a healthy relationship, if one person sees that something that they are doing, maybe unintentionally, is causing that person discomfort or some kind of emotional pain, then generally they will, offer reassurance or kind of take that on board, and in an effort to not make that person feel like that. And not that anybody has to tell anybody what to do or control anybody else's words or thoughts or anything like that, but I guess you understand that people who really care about each other reassure each other and try and protect each other's feelings, right? But when you're with a person who's weaponizing your feelings against you in that way, so they're getting a kick out of this emotional reaction you're having, you've voiced your concern, you've voiced your discomfort, they know that you know that they know that is causing you distress, and they proceed to do it anyway. And they even double and triple down on it to a point where you're feeling like, okay, I don't know how else I can say this, and it's kind of hard to kind of build up your esteem. It's like a wound, okay, that is trying to kind of scab over, I guess, and then you've got this person constantly picking at it, so it's difficult to heal yourself when you're in a situation or a relationship like this, because this person doesn't want that for you. So they love to make you jealous, and another thing that they love to make you jealous, sorry, and that's another thing that drains you, because it hurts. It's painful, it's emotionally draining, because you are constantly you feel like you're being, I guess, you're in a kind of battle mode. You're in a fight mode. You're wanting this person to be on your side, but they are kind of going against you, and the emotional distress that causes, and the confusion that causes, and the you know, all of those feelings where you're doubting yourself and you're questioning yourself, and all of those negative emotions that are going on. It's a whirlwind, you know, it's a roller coaster, and it's tiring, it's exhausting. And that's another thing that they like to do, because it makes them feel superior, like the puppet master, like I've said in another video. So that's another thing that they like to do. And the last thing I'd like to touch on is the fact that they lie. They lie and lie and lie. They are a lie on 2 feet. They are walking lie. And the biggest thing that they will lie about is to escape any wrongdoing, you know. But don't get it confused. They lie about things that they don't even have to lie about, which is strange in itself, you know. But it's part of the pathology. They are pathological liars. They are compelled to lie, and they lie to get out of any wrongdoing. They lie to get out of taking accountability for anything. They lie because they feel like they're getting one up on you. You know, they lie because they feel like if they can lie and get one over on you and you believe them, and they know they're lying about that, then it makes them feel like they're one up. It makes them feel like they're powerful, and they like that. It makes them feel like they're in control, and it makes them feel like they're smarter than you, and they love that. So, like I say, everything's a game, everything's a competition. So they do this this pathological lying, and they have your, you know, they will have your head spinning, because the degree of lying that they take it to, they're willing to take it to, even, you know, is so unbelievable, and it's so sadistic that, you know, they will lie about things that you've got evidence for. They'll lie. If you pull them up on something that you've seen or heard, they will lie. Like I say, evidence doesn't matter to them. So any kind of wrongdoing, they will try and escape by lying. They'll just lie and lie and lie. And, you know, you can go to them, you can have evidence, they'll make you feel like you're in the wrong. Why are you bringing drama? Why are you pulling me up on this? Like, why are you causing arguments? And now you're the problem. Now you're the one that's done something wrong, you know? If you pull them up on something you've seen or heard, no, they'll lie. They'll write a whole fairy tale, and they'll tell you to swallow this lie, you know? They'll just construct the whole reality, and they'll feed you the lie, and they're so convincing. Because as crazy as it seems, they actually believe their own lies. They actually believe their own lies, and this mechanism, this quite sophisticated kind of process, to be honest, that goes on in their mind, you know, through the ego and through essentially their own delusion. They will convince themselves that what did happen didn't happen, and what didn't happen did happen. And so that's why they're so convincing, and they will die on that hill, basically. This lie that they've got here, that you know is a lie, and that you know that didn't happen, they will die on that hill for this lie. And it gets to the point where you're kind of thinking, well, they're so convincing. Maybe I got it wrong, you know, maybe I misheard, maybe I misseen, maybe it's my fault, maybe I shouldn't have, you know, approached them with this. And you start to essentially, you know, gaslight yourself. And if you're not gaslighting yourself, you're distorting your own reality, you're questioning your own judgment, you're starting to not trust yourself, you're starting to believe that you're wrong and they're right, but they are peddling a delusion, you know? And it's really dangerous because, that over time, that questioning your own reality, your own judgment, that, you kind of abandoning trust for yourself, and you knowing that this is the actual reality here, but being coerced into believing that this is the reality is what it can make you emotionally sick. It can make you, emotionally sick, mentally sick. It can even make you physically sick. And, people say that narcissism is the secondhand smoke of bad mental health, because it's basically, if you're around this person for long enough, then you're going to get sick. You're going to feel the effects of this smoke. That's kind of where the analogy comes from, but it's absolutely true. You start to really abandon reality, and that's dangerous. And that's what they make you do with these lies, because they're so convincing. And you're questioning yourself. And to be honest, if you've got to that stage with a narcissist, then you've already been gaslighted. They've lied to you multiple times. They've got you to the point where you are questioning yourself and your own reality. They've gaslighted you, they've manipulated you, they've done a number on you already, because you're questioning yourself so deeply. And if you wasn't questioning yourself, then you would have already left, right? Right. So by the time you get to this point, they've done a number on you anyway. And it's all of that manipulation, that work that they've put in, because that's what they see it as. They see it as they're putting in a shift on you to get you to the point where you are questioning yourself, and you are believing these lies, or you're at least being invalidated so much, being gaslighted so much, that you either convince yourself that they're telling the truth because they're so convincing and you're questioning yourself, or you just leave it. You just leave it because you don't want to be called a drama causer. You don't want to face the reaction. You don't want to face the rage. You don't want the abuse, And it just gets worse and worse from there. And it is totally mentally and emotionally draining. So, like I always say, it's better to get out as soon as possible. And if you're in a situation where you can't get out yet, then I really do encourage you to make the steps to get there. And if you can't cut this person off fully, then there are lots of tools, some which I'll be discussing on my channel. There are tools and there are workarounds that you can use to keep, as far a distance as possible, keep them at arm's length, and start to trust yourself again, I'll be doing some other videos about kind of why we find ourselves in these situations, and the concept of the subject, of trusting ourselves, and the subject of us being kind of open to these kind of attacks, emotional and spiritual and mental and sometimes physical attacks from these people. But those will be some other videos, so stay tuned in, and thank you again for listening. Thank you for being here, and take care of yourself. Until next time, ciao for now.